I will, on behalf of everyone who opposes this bill right now, stipulate that we all believe murder is bad. We all believe that people who do crimes with firearms are bad people. We don't need to hear countless stories that tug on heartstrings. We heard some selective text being referenced from Heller, and Representative Corvese just referenced some other text from Justice Kavanaugh. We can do that all night long. But the fact of the matter is this is unsettled, and it will be settled ultimately by the Supreme Court of the United States of America. We heard it stated that we have to balance constitutional rights and public safety. And I don't recall who said it. I believe it was Rep. Place in the judiciary hearing. There was a founding father who said those who will give up liberty for a little bit of security will end up with neither. And that is true. We heard that these weapons were not meant to hunt ducks. The Second Amendment was not meant about shooting ducks. It was about shooting tyrants. Let's not forget that. It has nothing to do with hunting. While we struggle with a budget in this state, to come up with a budget, to fund things, we know that there will be lawsuits as soon as this is signed into law, on top of the lawsuits that are currently running that have cost us millions of taxpayer dollars to defend. All at the same time, we know that the Supreme Court of the United States of America will take this up and settle it for us. How many taxpayer dollars later? If we could stop one death, was said. If we put a fire truck and a police cruiser in front of every single house, we could stop one death too. We don't do things like that either. We could train everyone on how to use firearms and give everyone a firearm. That would stop deaths too. We don't do that either. Catchphrases shouldn't be part of debating this bill, which is seriously infringing on a God-given, constitutionally protected right. We have the right to defend ourselves and our loved ones. Let's talk about the economic impact of this bill, because largely the folks in this chamber don't realize this because they're not in the sporting community. But for every dollar we spend in taxes on firearms, on ammunition, on targets, on hunting licenses, on deer tags, on bows and arrows, all of the things in the shooting community, the federal government matches those dollars 3 to 1. They come into our state. We use them to buy, maintain, upgrade, and improve our conservation lands, our state parks, our fishing docks, the things that we all enjoy, whether we hunt or not. Right now in the state of Rhode Island, there are 1,309 people employed in the industries that we are going to seriously damage if this bill passes. Those industries are responsible in 2023 for bringing $358 million of economic stimulus to the state of Rhode Island. And that includes $103 million, $103.8 million in salaries to people in our state. These are going away. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them. So while we're struggling to balance our budget and to figure out how we're going to pay for things, we are seriously and further debilitating ourselves from recuperating and getting money from the federal government to support the things that we all love. We're also going to compel our state to go to court and defend this, as they have, and they still are, on the MAG ban, on the red flag, on all the others, you name it. We're paying for these cases. But we're pushing this forward anyway. We're going to hear a lot more about this tonight, but this, I cannot state clearly enough how absolutely bad this policy is for us to even be considering, let alone adopting. Thank you, Speaker.